Hi guys, so I just got done taking care of the cat upstairs, my landlord. I'm cat sitting, and I did record a 3-minute video of her. And these are some candies I got from there. Love candies. And of course, no Peppy. Peppy has to say, hey, what's up guys? I'm a dog, and it's a little after 9:30, and I still haven't eaten my dry food. As you can see, I am a bad doggy. Yes, she knows I have shoes on, so she has an idea that I'm going outside without her. So if you remember yesterday, my vlog yesterday was 68 when I did it. It was about 2 in the afternoon. It's a little after 9:30, like I said. And this is what it looks like. And it's about 50 degrees out here today. So me and Peppy went for our morning backyard walk, and I take her this way. My husband takes her across the street here and like around in the bushes. I take her over here. This is our special time together. 10-15 minutes twice a day if my husband's not here. And my landlord was doing something right here. As she hired people to go ahead and do it, they ended up knocking down this wall by accident, which is the second time I was told. So now she has to get that fixed. And then Peppy likes to go over here. So she'll walk, when there's no weeds, she'll walk all up here, all through there like a crazy nut. 2 days ago, they were absolutely, when I came back here, they were absolutely no weeds at all. So in 2 days of having almost 70-degree weather, nice and sunny, and it raining, starting to rain late last night, this is all the weeds that's already grown in, which is crazy. So as you can see, in the summertime, at least 10 days after she does the weeding, it gets crazy. She has a hard time keeping up with it. And then she planted her flowers. So I gave her a sunflower to plant. But the crazy part is we still have snow right here. It's just absolutely crazy. And over here. So this morning, my dog woke me up at 1:30. I went and lay down at 10:30. It took me about 30 minutes to fall asleep. And then Peppy is a hybrid, so she gets hot very quickly. So she comes as crazy doggy. She's just a crazy, crazy doggy. So she jumps off the bed because she sleeps with us, and we sleep with the door shut. Because if we don't, she will come out here, overdrink, and then have to go to the bathroom. And then she'll have an accident. So we keep her in the bed with us. So we say bed, and she knows exactly what that means, so she goes to bed. So she's crazy because she jumps down, she's hot. I got the fan on, it was hot. Heat was off, of course. And she jumps down, and I hear her little nails, but I'm like, oh, roll over. She jumps on my side of the bed, scratching me, licking me, scratching me, until I get up. So I get up, and I open up the door. She comes out here, and this is what she wanted to do for 2 hours. She wanted to sleep in her bed for 2 hours. And then at 3:30, she decided she wanted to go back and lay down with Daddy. So now she's looking at me, waiting at the door for me to open it for her. But our door sticks, so she can jump on it and open it herself. She's a crazy dog. So because of this, I decided to start doing homework at 1:30 in the morning. And I got done at 4:30 in the morning. So I did my second reply to my environmental science class. So I'm done with my replies for that class for last week's field trip to either a forest or a farm that practices some type of sustainability. I did sustainability organic, a farm that my friend has. So that was cool. Everybody learned about what organic is, and I didn't consider it being sustainable because with sustainability, you're not supposed to harm the environment. There's different things that you have to do. You're not allowed to use So what's considered in Vermont sustainable farming or forest, so everything you do has no chemicals in it, no man-made stuff. So you, as an example, fertilizer, you would make it yourself, and you would make it without buying anything from the store. You just use like waste products from your animals on your farm, and then weeds, like banana peels, coffee, tea grinds, eggshells, rotten salad is starting to rot. You would put that in there, and you would make your own compost for fertilizer. That's what that means. Or people may not know this, you can actually use your own urine for your crops, and you would use it once a month, and you would put little lines next to your crops where the roots are, and then that's where you would put your urine. You would dilute it, so it's 1 part urine, 2 parts water, and you just, like, you're watering crops, and then you fill it back over, and you would do this out here in America at least once a week, but in other countries they do this once a month, and it helps big time for them, but they use a lot more urine than we would, because their soil is not as nutritious as ours. So that's what you would do for that. Not use tractors. Instead of using tractors to get around, you go ahead and you use a horse, for another example. You also have to have, for sustainability purposes, you have to be able to make a profit and put part of your profit back into your community. That has to do with farming in some type of way. That also would give you a certificate for being an actual sustainable farm or forest, whatever they call it. So my friend is organic, which means they do make their own feed, but in the wintertime, they do use dairy feed for the animals. She makes her own feed for her chickens. She makes her own, they call it mush. You take weeds, you dry them in the sun, you cut them up, and you put them around your vegetables and your flowers and stuff like that, instead of going and buying those wooden things that you put around that are colored. That's bad for the environment. She does crop covering, and she uses 4-leaf clovers. This is partly to keep insects away naturally, because they will go after that because they like the way it smells, instead of going after your tomatoes, your lettuce, things like that. And it also helps to keep the moisture in the soil, and it helps if there's a storm. The crops won't, and the flowers won't feel it as much, because they'll take most of the damage. And if they get damaged, it's no big deal. So this is a part why she is considered organic. But she has 4 acres of land, so they have tractors, and, they cut the grass down for the animals. They have a little area where they graze, but they do grow their own grass for them. So this is why she's not sustainable, because she's harming the environment by using machines, and so forth. So, decided to go through all my grades. So I have my English class, there's only 8 grades put in. We are missing 12 as of right now. But as of right now, I have 98.33. In my bio class, I have an 89.50. And that's a science class. And then my sustainability class, which is an environmental science class, I have a 92.40. So I'm almost there, getting my bio back up to that 90 that it was at, because I didn't have time to do one of the labs, so I didn't turn it in. I got 0. Last week's lab, I went to attempt it Monday, thinking I could get it done, because usually I get my labs done in one day, and it's 5 parts, and I went over the first part, and it's 12 pages long. Not only do you read, you have to answer pre questions. It will tell you put certain data into the data model, and press the play button to see what happens. You have to record everything that happens to put in your results in your actual lab paperwork. And then the sixth part is graded questions, and you have to get all the pre-questions correct. If you do not, it will say it's incomplete and you will lose points on your lab. I don't have time to sit here and do that. I don't know what the other 4 parts are going to be like. They could be 18 pages, 20 pages long, 5 pages long. It was due 2 days ago. I'm just going to take another 0 because this week we have an extra credit. So if you do the extra credit, she will take your lowest grade, which I'll have 2 zeros, and she will replace it with whatever you get for your extra credit. And then I could always attempt to do it week 15 next week. And if I get like a 40 or 50 or something like that, you know, she said if I turn it in by Monday this week, I can get a 70. But if I turn it in after that, you know, it's going to be lower and lower. So I'll see what I do with that, because I already have a 0. So if I can end up having 2 zeros, but replace it with like a 70, 80, or a 90 on extra credit, why not just do that instead of doing the extra work? You know, sometimes you have to do this. Sometimes you turn in Sometimes you turn work in late, and I just got way too much to do. My presentations this week, I gotta log on every day. I have to communicate with everybody. And then I have to go to 2 other people's presentations. Choose just 2 random people, and you just stick with those 2 random people for the week. And you have to be engaging to get a good grade. And I still have a lot of work to do this week. So I got another lab to do. I got 2 assignments in my bio class to do. I did the posting already, but I can't reply if people don't post. I try to do that on Tuesdays for at least one of my classes. Have something already there. And then I have an essay that's actually due in 6 days for my English class. I haven't even started yet. I really need to sit down and get something on paper, even if it's just like 3/4 of a page, and submit it to online tutoring to see what they think. And then I can take what they say into consideration. But as of right now, there's a lot of papers due, and it can take up to 78 hours before they even look at it. With only 7 days left, and she only gave us a 14-day notice. She's not giving me personally enough time to utilize the tutoring. So I'll try to sit down and do that today, even though I already did 3.5 hours of schoolwork. So, yeah, that's going on. As you can see, the pink now seems like it's dulling after 10 weeks of a semi-permanent dye in my hair. So I'm going to wait probably 1 more week. Maybe next Tuesday, my husband's at school, I'll go ahead and bleach it. And then Wednesday, I'll wait a day. Wednesday, I'll go ahead and dye it again. And then see what it looks like. It's getting along now. So these, you know, as you can see, my bangs. And I did cut these again. Just because the way I part it, this is always going to look shorter than the side. So I did cut it like 3 weeks ago because they were like down here, but they were all uneven. It looked kind of weird. So I got that going on. I'm exhausted. I mean, as you can see with my eyes. May 7th, my last technical day. My school books, I looked that up yesterday. I only have to get books for my statistics math class. And I always like to look ahead of time, and this teacher's not playing. I've never had an online math class where I had an actual exam. I took college algebra with only really taking high school algebra, which is now 21 years later considered pre-algebra. And I did well. I got, I believe I got a 89, 87 or 89 in it, which is not bad. We had 3 tests throughout the semester, 15 weeks, and each test had 10 questions, and you had to print it out. You had to show all your steps with barely any area to do it with, and then you had to scan it and email it to him if you wanted it graded right away. If not, you could mail it to Pennsylvania, and I didn't want to wait. So my husband put the software on my computer so I could do that. And I did well. First 2 tests, the first one unfortunately was late because I forgot about it. It was 1 day late. I lost 10 points, so I ended up getting an 80 when I should have gotten a 90. The second one, I got an 85, and the third one, I got a 70, and I had no clue it was trigonometry. And to only have 10 problems and go ahead and get a 70, I think I did very well. So I am excited to do this. So it's another, I'm gonna order the book, which is recommended but not necessary. And you have to get a pass thing to go on the internet. So you would get the pass, you would go to the website, put your pass number in, so it knows what teacher you have, and then you would activate it with a code, and then you download this device, and it looks like an application on your phone or your computer, and you use that, he said, for everything, for your homework, and you use it to take your test. You have a week to complete each test, and once you hit the submit button, it's final. You can't go back and change anything. It has walkthroughs, it has examples, and it has videos to help people. He's also there if you have any questions. If you don't understand a problem, you take a picture of it and you post it so people can see how you're doing it. And the discussions is, what do you think the answer is? You ask any questions to your fellow students. We have 15 out of 16 students, which is good. And we just actually help each other. And then at the end of the week, he will unlock all the answers so that we can see what we did right, what we did wrong, step by step, which is good. So I'm excited about it. My husband's going to try to take it in September, same teacher, same class, because I will already have the book that's not required, but the software itself is only $38. It's going to cost me $100 for both of these things. Usually I have to dish out $300-400 after my book fund that I get for being low income. Then I did my book fund, and I did my financial aid for September, because that's going to be a new year for me. And because I'm married now, even though my husband's a full-time student, they took away some of my benefits that I should be getting, that he doesn't have to worry about because his schooling is paid for with the VA. So $2,000 of my financial aid is taken from me. $300 of my book money. I already dish out $400 to $600 a year for books out of pocket. That comes out of my student loan. And my loan is $2,000 less a year now than what I should be getting. So I didn't know your student loan that you have to pay back goes from, matters if you're married or not, which is interesting. So losing some stuff there, can't do anything about it. So when I go in and I see Tina and figure out what I need to bring to her so she can make copies of everything and turn it into the IRS, and then I will ask her what I have left for this semester, because my loan will reactivate next August, and whatever it is, if she says, oh, well, you know, you have like $6,000 you can have right now, I'm taking it, because I've just been taking the bare minimum, which is $3,500, which is not a lot of money to live off of 3 times a year. every 4 months, I'm getting $3,500, but I have to make that last 4 months. It's not a lot of money. And I did not go last summer, so I have what's called rollover money, because I never got that $3,500. So I can take that right off the back. I can take that for this summer. So I'm just taking whatever they say I can have, and I will put it in the bank. Because when me and my husband go and we move in 2 years, July 2020, you know, that money is something that we're going to need to relocate halfway across America. And the truck that we own, well, we're still paying on, but the truck that we're paying on 1 month before we move, we would totally own. So we won't have that payment anymore, which is going to be good. We're still working on our credit. So, you know, we have some online credit. We utilize it. We pay it off every month. Utilize it, pay it off every month. We're doing really good on that. If for some reason we don't have it, we just pay the bare minimum. And this is going to help us for when we want to go ahead and I'm going to buy a trailer. It's going to have to be at least a 3-bedroom. I already told my husband at least. I want a 4-bedroom, but it has to be at least a 3-bedroom. And then we got to go and we're going to buy our own plot of land. So we upright own it. We don't have to worry about anything. And then we just have, you know, our utilities and things like that to pay for. And my husband already got approved for a business loan when we do relocate to be a computer repairer from home and to build computers if people want them built. He's got great websites that have warranties, cheap stuff, like not the best quality for cheaper price is what I mean. So that's the plan there. And I'm very tired. So not this Saturday, but May 5th at 12 o'clock, my brother's business. It's officially open May 5th. He's been working really hard to get this going. So I've been sharing his information with other people. And I'm going to give those around town to a few places also. For people who like to do tabletop gaming or Magic card gaming, which is a tabletop game. So that's what's going on there. So I got nothing really else to talk about. So I hope everybody has a great day. I have that cat babysitting video that I'm posting tomorrow. And I probably won't do another live video. It's maybe Saturday. My husband will be going up to his brother's to play a tabletop game. So I can have a few hours to myself Saturday. And I'll probably live stream then. And then, you know, next week, hi, how are you? Any other information I get, any other grades, I always let you guys know what's going on with that. And hope everybody has a great day. And happy Wednesday. Hopefully it's not raining where you're at like it is here. It's only going to be one nice day for the rest of the week. So my dog Peppy is not very happy. And, you know, she's just being unhappy right now, laying down, has not eaten. Peppy, say hi. Say hi. How you doing? I'm not happy. Say bye. So bye, everybody. And my name is Kelly, and I'm also known on Twitter as Kellyann1977. I live in the state of Vermont, but I'm from Rhode Island. I want to do a Q&A in about 2 to 3 weeks. Please ask me any questions you would like. I have no problem answering even personal ones. Thank you, everybody. Have a great Wednesday.